Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be working on our 2011 Polaris Sportsman 850. In particular, we're going to be looking at the half shaft. On this particular one, as you can see, we have a split in the boot. So what we're going to do is use a boot kit from Polaris. It actually has the boot itself, the grease that needs to go in it, and then the two clamps that actually attach to the axle. So we're going to get all this pulled down, pull it apart, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's get started. Alright guys, starts off by just getting this outer cover off. Then behind that you've got a cotter pin that needs to come out. And then we'll go ahead and loosen up that main axle bolt. If your cotter pin is corroded in there or looking a little too rough, you may want to go ahead and replace it. This one I can probably straighten back out and reuse. Alright, your main bolt there is going to be on there pretty tight. I'm going to use an air ratchet to take it off. When you go to put it back on, you'll want to use a torque wrench and put 80 foot-pounds on it. Right, on the other side of that bolt, you've got two cone washers. You'll notice they have kind of a lip to it that protrudes out more in the middle. Alright, as we're taking this apart, the goal is to get the axle pushed back through. So we want to go ahead and start tapping it back to at least break it loose inside the housing. That way we can finish pulling it once we get the upper control arm out of the way and get the entire knuckle joint pushed down. From here, go ahead and get the brake caliper and the carrier out of the way. Just a couple of 15mm bolts that hold it on. The top A-arm is just a 3-bolt, 13mm. This isn't absolutely necessary right here, but I want to get this control arm out of my way. And once you've got it broken free using a dead blow hammer like this, you can see how it's pushed back a little bit. Then you want to take a punch, go inside the threads, finish knocking the axle back. There she goes. Alright, now we just need to remove those two clamps. Now with those off, go ahead and push your boot back, and then you could actually go ahead and just cut it off because we're certainly not going to reuse it again. Alright, this one's actually just held in by a little snap ring on the joint itself. So we don't want to hit it too hard or in the wrong place. We want to hit it actually right in there so we can hold the race together. Hopefully she'll just knock right off. At this point, the outer CV joint didn't want to release by just tapping on it. So I had to bring out a slide hammer puller and attach it to the end of the shaft to break it free. Sometimes you have to get creative with these things. All right, our joint looks pretty good, so it looks like we can just replace the boot and then get it put back together. Our boot kit comes with the grease and then our inner and outer clamps as well as the boot. All right, do yourself a favor. Go ahead and put that inner clamp in there first. Otherwise you'll get it all bent out of shape trying to put it on after the fact. Cutting one corner of the bag so we can go ahead and fill up our joint. And then the boot. Alright, you can see that little ring on the end of it. That's what actually compresses and holds it in place. There she goes. Alright, you've got a set of grooves, one here. You can see that it's in place. And the same thing on the axle. When you're pulling it toward you, you can feel it jump over that first one right there. That way you know you're home. Make sure you're in the groove all the way around. So you basically got one shot at this. There she is. All right. Now let's go ahead and get her put back together. Next we can go ahead and get in that upper control arm. That's held in place by that 13mm through bolt. Now you want to make sure when you're putting this back together, put plenty of grease in here. Go on the inside and on the outside. Otherwise, it will freeze on there and you will have one heck of a time pulling it back apart. Tap it on to get it started. You have your two cone washers. Remember, you want the cone part of it, facing out. Put your 27mm back on. Don't over tighten it if you're using an air tool. We just want to get it on there. Because we're actually going to bring out a torque wrench, and I'll have somebody hold the front brakes once I get the caliper back on, and that'll hold it still so we can get the 80 foot-pounds on it. Speaking of the caliper, that's what goes on next. Alright guys, other than just putting the tire back on, this is pretty much finished. Listen, if you have to replace the inner boot, you want to order them as a pair, but it can still be done with it in the machine. It's just a little bit tougher to get up here with the pliers to get to those clamps, but you still have to replace the outside one anyway because it has to come off to get out of the way. Well, listen, if there are any questions or comments that you need answers to, just leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you need any of these parts, come see us at Partzilla.com. And until next time, we just want to say thanks for watching.